Okay, we've got plenty of time. Let's just keep working on these drills a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm looking for. I want to start. Okay, I want to get from the 7 to the 9 over here. Okay, let's just start working on this pattern right now, this finishing pattern. Let's get to the 7 to the 9. I got some extra cue balls. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go from the 7 to the 9.
You want it a certain way, or?
I just want you to just go ahead and roll out. Okay. And take out the 9. Okay, let's go back to the 7. This time, this time I want to this time what I want to do is, I'm making room for obstructions, and turn those on so they're on. Okay, to go. Okay, that was excellent going back. This time I want to come forward. We're gonna just avoid some obstruction balls there. We need to go forward this time. Okay, good. Shoot the 9. Get the bazooka. Do it right. Bridge and bazooka. Don't take these for granted. Let's see if that one extension is enough, or we'll add another. Let me see what's happening. No, do it this way. It's a winning ball. So when we're working on the winning ball, we've got to take every proper arrangement. So yeah, that looks good like that. Okay, good. Okay. Now, when you're in a pinch, when you're in a pinch and you're working this, one of the key things you need to do is, I know there's a natural tendency to want to flare this out. Put it in line. Unless you have a reason to pinch the bridge tighter, which is one of the reasons for moving it out, because the way the bridges are swelling, it actually turns and it tightens the bridge, the shaft to the bridge, and that's the key. But we don't need that with this, and especially with an Adjust-A-Pro head, you have so much more flexibility. But so what I want you to do is keep the sticks in line as much as possible.
Okay.
And then from here, I tend to try to pull the butt underneath the stick, and then instead of trying to have this bridge hand on here, I have it on here. So it's giving me the same sense of shooting as close to my feel of my hand to my normal stick, and then I'll take the full extension. And you can see by doing it this way, without cheating the reach, too often it's too easy for a player to just assume, oh, it's no big deal, it's close to the hole, I'm not. And I've seen that shot you just shot, I've seen it missed.
Right.
At the pro level.
Yeah, I'm
only because of lazy. Sloppy lazy. So we have no interest in sloppy lazy. So set it up, take your time, and remember, an easy way to buy a free 15 seconds is say, could you clean the cue ball for me, please? It's a free 15 seconds. You don't have to call a timeout for that, okay? So, okay, that was excellent. Let's do something else. Let's go back to this pattern one more time. Okay, this time I'm going to pull the 9 ball off the rail here. Now this is going to be a much tougher position to work with, okay? I'm going to force you to have very little angle into this, okay? And I'm going to pull your 7 ball back right about here. Okay. So from here, 7, 9. But I want to do the same exact thing we did. I want you to have to pull back first, and then I want you to be able to drive forward. And let's just work with both of these. Okay, I want you to level the cue more. There you go. Well, you know what? You know what? Just for the fun of it, I want you to get in trouble. I want you to have to shoot that.
Okay. Haven't used it on the shot yet, so.
Yeah, this is not a finish I'd want you to have to get stuck with, of course, neither. But if your opponent missed and this is what they left you, let's just work on that a couple times. Okay. Now, once again, this is mentally what needs to be going on in your head.
Okay.
First things first, you need to be careful because subconsciously you will see this black trim. You won't even realize you're thinking of this, and this happens to players all the time. They aim for the hole. And exactly what you just did is why that happens. You were dead in the hole if the rail wasn't there. You have to aim for the diamond on the pocket. And you have to remember, when you have this kind of extreme cut, aim for the shim. Forget the hole. Aim for the shim. Now let's go ahead and reshoot that again. And go back and look at the shot one more time. This is not an easy shot. It's a winning shot. Focus on this. This is the tangent line to the pocket here. The point. Okay, good. You see the difference? You have to perceive it this way, or you'll always do. In competition, in practice, it matters not. In gambling, it doesn't matter. You will see this hole, and without even knowing it, that's what you're aiming for. And you will get the exact same result both times. You will hit the rail, and unless you are on new cloth and you're down here near about 1.5, some tables are pretty extreme. You can actually almost slide a ball in from 2 diamonds. But from 1 to 1.5 diamonds, you could slide a ball in on new cloth. But you can't take that for granted. That's not realistic. That was beautiful. Good job. Okay, I want to work on something else. I just want to do a couple of little pattern thoughts. Okay, where we were earlier. Okay, watch your stick. Okay, throw that out. Okay, right there is pretty good. Start with ball in hand. And, oh, this is a nice little setup. This is interesting. Okay, let's walk this pattern just for the fun of it, since you have ball in hand. Okay, let's put them all in this hole.
Hole in that hole?
Yeah, let's start from down here. Let's take the 7, let's roll. Let's make sure we keep the angle on the 8, and then let's make sure we come out. Let's just do this. I like to see this. Good. Okay. Okay, see what happened here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? We need to recover from this, and there's 2 ways you can do this. One is you can try to get fancy and go twice around. And let me see what angle you're looking at here. Well, you see, a shot like this is almost so flat, you might almost think about creeping it up to here, and then just anywhere within a zone. See, we switched to zone play if we do it this way. But you know what? Let's just have a little fun to see how this works out. Here, let me make a mark on here, and a mark on here, and a mark on here. Okay, let's shoot this a few different ways. First things first, let's get all of our craziness out, and let's go ahead and do a stun into the rail and out. Now, can you make the 9 ball from there?
Yeah.
So good. Can you? So in other words, can you make the 9-ball from here?
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, even if you manage to come out this much further, it's in the zone you can shoot from, you see? So think about the amount of pressure it's going to take to just be able to get from here. You're fine. Complicated is never better. So always figure out the way to shoot the shot the simplest, because under competition pressure, you don't need to add complicated to it. There's already enough pressure. Okay, let me just go ahead and shoot this any way you want. Okay, so you put an outside spin, and what happened is the minute it hit the rail, it shut it down. Okay, change the spin on that, and let's see what happens. Go to a flat ball. Just go to a flat ball.
That's what.
Center, half a tip above, and just go flat. All right, give me more. So I guess, watch me shoot this. Let me show you what I'm looking for with that kind of, do I have a sticker in here? Here you go. See what I did? Mm-hmm. Okay, so from there, you have to look at the shot speed I just used. Okay, what do you think that was?
10.
No, it wasn't quite 10, but that was a really hot 8 to 9. That was a hot 9 speed, and I hit a dead center ball. I didn't. A half a tip of top. I'd have been up here. So keep it center. And the most important thing I did was I had to stay absolutely careful that with that much speed, I didn't shake. That could throw shot alignment out every time. The harder you shoot, cranking hands, jumping shoulders, moving heads, shifting legs, lots of things happen when you pick the shot speed up. So you have to be mindful of that, or that could fall apart and you wonder, what? And you don't know what happened, and you didn't realize from the feet to the head, you were the problem, you were moving. So try to take that shot, see what I did, and just see if you can do that. See, there's that spin again. Okay? So we've got to keep that out of the equation. And I wonder what's creating that is anytime you get these extra long bridge hands, the problem is that when you're here, any movement in the back, we can see a ball here, any little movement in the back, you see there's very little movement. But if you bring this back, the exact same movement in the back creates amplified. And so you're creating a spin on here that you're not even trying to create as a result. Was that the ball? Is that where it is?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's try it again without the spin. Punch it pure center ball. Actually, because you did so much extra reaching, I could work with this. Make the 9-ball. Okay, let's go back to the 8 one more time, and let's just use a different variation, only because we might have to do this one day. And there could be you'd be playing 8-ball now, okay? You could be playing 8-ball, and your opponent's got a couple of things going on like that. So coming out and this could become an issue, okay? What I want to see you do this time is let me see you drive it around 2 rails just to see what kind of play you get. I wouldn't go with much more than a 4 to 5 speed shot stroke. Well, you're going to get away with that, but that's not the plan. Remember, you hit a ball on it unplanned, Now you're at the end of the game, which you could get away with that, but that doesn't mean it's a given. It's a given. Because 8 out of 10 times, 80% of the time, it'll shut your run down, even your miss, because you could have hit this in such a way that all of a sudden you get this, and then now you're frustrated like you don't want to be. A little smoother on the stroke. Let's try that again. I don't understand if that's working or not. Maybe I'm asking you to do something that isn't going to work. What were you putting on this cue ball?
2 tips high and tip, almost 2 tips.
So you're 2 and 2. You're 2 up and you're 2 inside?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me just try what you're doing. I think 2 tips up. Okay, I'm 2 tips outside. Let's see what's happening here. Nice going, Dominic. Let me do it again. I'm hanging over the shot too long. I just need to get comfortable and shoot it normal. Okay. Okay, so I think you didn't have 2 tips, because that's 2 tips, and I thought that should have got
2
around
tips
it.
to the outside or 2 tips up?
2 tips inside. So let's do this again, and so you see the shot speed I'm using. I mean, that was it. In fact, I think that felt more like about 5 speed. So I don't think you want to add much more than that. This was the speed right here. Down, back. I think that's about the same speed I actually hit it with, and here's the 5-speed zone right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm in. Use that same speed, and let's make that work out. That because I think you could walk around that ball. It looked like you should have been able to. Come on. Now you're parallel shifting the English. Don't do that. You need to pivot the English, and because we're at a 5-speed already.
Right direction.
That's okay. Okay. A little too much though. I think if you'd have made the ball, you might have had a little more energy into that ball, and that ball would have slowed down and came out a little less hot. You're still doing the same thing, okay?
I shifted.
So do me a favor, shoot a 5-speed for me right from here. Let's just groove the stroke just a little bit. That's the speed. That's the only speed you need to shoot with, right there. Okay, almost at 5. That's perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Give me 2 up, 2 over. Give me 1 more tip. There you go. Now focus on your aim. Hello. Okay. Now that's not following the traditional approach zone. We're using a bit of the conflict zone technique here, and that doesn't mean you can't never use the conflict zone approach. But there's more danger in that than just using a natural approach. So I think both of those turned out really well. Let's shoot that again though. That's only 1 time. Let's see you do that a few times well. It's not that tough, is it? Let's do it again. Absolutely no more speed than that though, okay? Yeah, yeah. And that's why the conflict zone can get in trouble, because if this ball stayed only that far, this didn't become fun anymore. And you nipped it. So you see what I'm saying? It would seem you're shooting easier, you have more control, but a center ball with an 8-speed shot stroke is a much smarter shot than 2 tips up, 2 tips inside, you're leaning over the table, and you got to come in from the conflict zone. Don't do this unless it's an absolute must-have to. But you know you can now, because we've seen this, we've done it, okay? We've done this. Okay, hey, let's say hi to people. Come here. I'm Dominic Esposito, your drill instructor. Welcome to the clinic, and I got special guest star with me tonight, Miss Tracy Cantrell, WPBA professional lady who's been here all day yesterday for about 9 hours, and today since this morning, and tomorrow all day again and again and again, and that's basically, and you got a chance to get a little bit of a sneak peek on what actual training sessions go down like, okay? We work really hard. Tracy, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Okay, let's blab a little bit and tell everybody, how long have you been a professional women pool player?
About a year and a half now.
Okay, year and a half. How long you been playing pool?
Since I was 18.
Oh, so just 5 years?
Yeah.
How nice. Well, it's good to start in your early 20s. So, where do you live?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. Go Browns.
Bengals.
Anyway, my brothers, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, so I don't have a choice. Because if my brothers are not going to hate me and disown me, I have to say go Browns every now and then. Otherwise, I don't actually have a personal favorite team, and I probably don't know the name of 5 football players, so don't ask me. But what's it like living up there?
Pretty cool, actually. There's a lot of pool halls, a lot of gambling, a lot of playing, a lot of tournaments.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your last event.
Which my last event was actually in Iron City.
Iron City, WPBA,
Yep.
ladies event.
In
Okay.
Birmingham, Alabama. I won a match and lost the next 2, but I played well. I took every match to the hill.
Okay.
Few mistakes here and there.
Nice. Tell everybody about your equipment a little bit here. You're sporting a slider there, which is perfectly brilliant.
Dominic got me started on these almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's an A&EQ. I don't think they're in business anymore.
It's very pretty.
Dominic's Optimus shaft.
Yeah. Well, that was, when we had Harold with us, we named it the Optimus. That was what he wanted to do. His nickname for as many years as he was, since a teenager, they nicknamed him Optimus because his last name was Prine. So I guess the Transformers. Optimus is the head guy. And so I thought, well, no, that's okay, we did that. But now we're getting ready to make some serious changes, and some exciting things are coming down the pike, which I can't talk about yet. But since you do use my equipment, has it made a difference for you in your game?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
It took a little bit of working, but I put in good 30, 40 hours a week, so...
You heard that, guys. 30 for ladies, 30, 40 hours a week, okay? That's about the formula to get here. And that's working. That's not just sitting around bars. That's good.
That's just practice time.
Yeah.
Training time.
Excellent. I like what we were doing here. I hope some of you were enjoying some of that. Just tell them a little bit about what it's like working with me. If you don't mind, I won't be embarrassed and I won't feel offended. You can be a little bit raw, and just let them know what it's like getting real pro coaching or training, or tell them a little bit about some of the past training or work you've done. Just let them hear your side of it.
It's actually kind of fantastic. I understand him pretty well. A lot of his scenarios on describing things work really well. Comprehend. Does something, doesn't change everything I'm working on, just works with it, which is what I really like. I don't like starting from scratch from trainer to trainer, and that's kind of sweet. If you get a chance, you ought to do it. 'Cause he's that good. I don't know what else to say. I enjoy it. I enjoy being here. He makes me laugh the entire time, so it doesn't feel like a actual basketball practice where you're sweating your pants off, shorts off. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like
Pretty
it.
good. Pretty good. Well, I love working with you, Tracy, and you know you're not the only professional gal I work with, but working with you is always a privilege and an honor. So, hey, you know what we'll do for a little bit of fun tonight? I don't know if anybody's writing in or not. Let me take a quick shot at the screen. Anybody want to ask a question to Tracy? Let me go ahead and see if I can't. I don't know if I can't see anything on top, because I don't normally watch the feed when I'm working and teaching. We just want to get this over with and be out of there. But I'd really love if anybody had a question relative to their pool game, and maybe I can get you in on having them give me something. So I can't quite tell if anybody has any comments, because I don't normally watch this, and I'm not a techie. So the only reason I know how to do any of this stuff is because James Brown, who is also a really great player, he comes and he makes sure that I know what I'm doing. You know what? Let's just, in anticipation of what some of these people might want to see, just for the fun of it, and because we're going to run a little late tonight, why don't you and I play, let's play a game of 9-ball.
Okay.
And you're going to try to beat me, and I'm going to try to aggravate you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's your break.
All right.
Now, one of the things I like to do with my players, especially my advanced players, when I'm playing them, it's not a question of who beats who. That's not the idea. It's really a question of what can I do that really challenges their abilities and makes things as, okay, any special way you like it racked? You like the money ball in the front, you put the 3 in the back, or the 3 in the front with the 2 in the back, I don't know. And do you normally spot one in the, is the 1 in the spot, or is the 9 in the spot? What's
1 is on the spot.
Okay, the 1's on the spot. And then I understand you girls have a new breaking rule, is that right?
Yeah, it's called the 3-point rule.
The 3-point rule, what does that mean?
If you don't make a ball, you got to get 3 balls past the string.
But what if you do make a ball? Do you still
Then
need
you got to get 2.
two? If you make two balls, you got to make.
One.
So let me make sure you get this. This is the string line, and they need to make 3 balls roll over the string line, or the break's no good.
Correct.
And that's currently the current rule? All right. I'm going to go on record as saying I think that's absolutely useless. But that's because I'm allowed to say stuff like that. Do you think it's a great idea? You should say nothing. You're in the WPBA. Go ahead and break. All right, I'm going to sit down because I really don't expect to get a turn. Ooh, that's 6 balls saved you. And not a single ball past the line. And that's a beautiful break. Come on, honestly, right? Listen, next thing you know, they're going to want to make 2.5-inch pockets. Okay, so one of the things I'm learning how to use is this new chalk, which I'm testing. I don't want to talk about it yet because I have a rule. It either has to be the best, number one. I do use it, I would use it, or I'm going to tell them why I don't think it's that good. So I don't want to tell you that I've been testing this home chalk for a while, and I'm going to leave it go at that. Right now, though, I think the green on my tournament blue cloth, it's messy. That's my first opinion. All right, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these out for now. And the 2 balls down there, I should go between the 6 and the 9 is what I was trying to do. There, I got right through it. Couldn't have got any worse than that, could I?
I like it.
So here's the 3 ball. I'm supposed to be making this rough on you, and this is a walk in the park. This whole rack is open. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit differently, okay? For the purpose of the show. It's a little tight, but not as tight as it could have been. That was such an easy rack. My gosh. Look, 3, 4, 5 in the side. It's going. That's okay. I'm gonna be patient here. Put my stick up. Helper 9. Ugh. I shouldn't say that out loud, should I? Do you ever hear your opponents talking under their breath while you're shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, really? Oh my gosh, I'd throw a ball at them if they did. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. So we were learning that shot earlier today. It took a couple of hours, but she just was impressing you all, so I guess there's nothing we could say about that. Now, in your professional level, at your rule category, you're allowed to make shots like that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. You can't safe me.
Just make it rough for you.
Rough? I want an elevate. Are you kidding? In fact, better than that, I invented the elevate. Here we go. Oh, I thought my 7 would go, but, oh! Okay, nicely done. You know the elevate, when you put all the handles together, it's a full-length cue.
Yeah,
It only weighs 11 ounces, so you should see this thing jump full table. It's really, well, I know you know that already because...
I own one.
Yeah, you own one. All right, let me see. I don't know if I left you tough there. Ooh, you got a little bit of an unfair push off that 7.
Yeah, but I was hitting it all.
You were setting it up to just saying hold 2 balls. Okay. Okay. Oh, great. Well, you made the 5 ball into the 6 ball. I'm not really quite sure what that was, but I'm going to go ahead and give you something to have some fun with again. Come on, baby. Okay. Distance is my friend. All right, let's see you come on out of here with something. I'm not going to let you win just because you're a girl, you know that?
No, I keep setting them up for you.
Oh my gosh, look at this. This almost isn't even fair. Okay, I'm going to make a new rule.
What's that?
You got to make the 9 ball in the last hole you made your last ball in.
Okay.
Okay. That'll make it a little bit easier for me. Get up there. Get it. Go, go. Ah, I didn't get there. I actually was trying to get behind the 6 ball and I just was off. We want to watch you shoot, not me. They see me every week. Oh, come on, girl. I can't even pretend. Then they're going to know I'm faking this one. They're going to know I'm faking this one. this is interesting. Okay. What do you do here? What would you do here? Go forward, or what would you rather play?
I would rather go draw, but
You'd rather go draw?
yeah.
No way.
Well, you gotta decide.
I got too much risk of locking up in here. I don't think I'll scratch, but I think I'll hit a point. And I don't think I'd
High
like
right.
that. What else can I do?
High right.
High right. Oh, that's going to be a doozy. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can pull this off. Oops. Doggone it. He did it again. I really know how to do this. You know that. Okay, let's do this right. I just got done yakking about this, right? So first things first, I'm going to put a bazooka on the back of this. Next thing's next. I'm going to grab my extension. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to make my life easy. And I'm going to handle this. Now watch this. Watch this bridge. This is the coolest thing in the whole wide world. Watch. Right here on a spot, I can just raise it up right to where I want it. If I don't have to put it on the next tier, or I can just raise it up and custom fit it as I go. All right, let's see. Where do I go? Okay, 8 ball in the corner, and then I got to make the 9 ball in the same corner. Let's see if I set up a little bank shot. Okay, 9 ball, right here. All right, don't try this at home unless you have a pool table. Ah! Ah! I was off my hair! Ah! Shoot it in the hole, Tracy Cantrell.
No, I didn't.
Oh, she skunked it. Oh, and look what you left me. No way. Okay, so let's learn the diamond system for the fun of it, okay? So the destination pocket is always 50, and the origination pocket is always 20. And look at where this ball is. It's at the 50. So I'm at 50. Now, when you count from 20, the 20 is the origination. So 20 minus 50 is what?
30.
Good, 30. So I would go 10, 20, 30. So from the corner, I'd shoot to here, and because it comes off the 20 diamond, that's why they call that the 20. Because you always know it's coming off. So if a ball comes off that 20 diamond, you've probably seen that before, it goes scratches. So now, from 20, I would count 15, 10, 5, but from here, I'm going to count from 20 and from 50. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to count from here, I'm going to count 50, 60, 65. So 65 minus 20 is what?
45.
45. So 10, 20, 30, 45. So I'm going to shoot 45, but I want it to come up high. I want it to come up a little high, right?
Right.
So in order to come up high, do I come shorter or longer? Shorter, because I want to be short. Okay, so I'm actually going to shoot at the 40 diamond. Here we go. And you know what running English is, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Running English. Boom. 2 tips to the side, 1 tip up, 9 ball in the corner pocket. Oh, cool as that. It's terrible. Come on, let's get in the camera. Come here. Hey, listen. You win.
Yeah.
Listen, gang. Let's get this straight. You got to work hard, right?
Yes.
You got to keep your head in the game, right?
Definitely.
You got to follow a plan. You got to practice equally as much as you play.
Correct.
Do you agree?
Correct.
Good. You can't just take this for granted. Practice is like pouring it in a bucket. And when you play, it's like pouring out the bucket. If you don't pour much into that bucket and you don't fill that bucket up, then you shouldn't have much to pour out when it's play time. And that's what happens to most players. So it's this kind of training. I personally play to practice. I typically like a 2-to-1 ratio. I like that. Sometimes I'm aggressive, it's 3-to-1. But never, ever less than 1-to-1.
No.
No, I can't, because so practice is critical, because I need to build it in. That's what the pro skill drills are for. Anyway, listen up. Tracy Cantrell, myself, Dominic Esposito, your drill instructor, and hers. Let's do this together. You ready? Aim straight, shoot straight, split the pockets, because that's the drill instructor way. We love you. God bless you. Everybody, thanks for being live with us. And Tracy and I are getting back to work, and we still got another whole 9-10 hour day tomorrow. But thank you. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Mwah!